And we are live from the rainy day city of Cambridge, Massachusetts, where it is definitely not a prime summer day. And so that forces us to stay inside, and of course that means the internet, and everybody I know in the world is on it. And nobody in Cambridge, which is the capital city of the internet, that isn't wired to the fare thee well. I went out to last night for dinner, and we had some nachos, folks, and the Montezuma's revenge, so flee away. Anyway, the waiter and I got to talk, and of course, he's wired. So within 3 seconds, he's, my articles are out there, and he's discussing this and that. Then at the dentist's office yesterday, the dental hygienist told me one thing from my clean sheet. I was reading some of your articles. We do not realize how incredible this is. That for thousands of years, people didn't communicate. There were no letters. There was no typewriter. There was no telephone. And now we have everything. And I don't think we're handling it very well. That's another subject. I've got Johan Willems with me from Belgium. He had his unique twist to the tale. My name is Dr. Jeffrey Lant. I am the founder of this program and the co-founder of this company called Worldprofit, www.worldprofit.com, WORLDPROFIT.com. I hope my colleague and friend, our chief technical wizard, George Baker, I hope he's out on the golf course today, because if he were in Massachusetts, he wouldn't be. So, you only want to say a few words to the folks as we get started today?
Really, first of all, really looking forward to the article you're going to present today. Actually, it means a lot to me, and also the music. Yeah, for all the guests out there, I just wanted to tell you that if you get the chance, just make yourself a free associate, just attend this program, and to be amazed.
I want to say a couple of things about Worldprofit. For those of you who are new, and every day we have new people, although we are here every day to do this program at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're pretty good about that. It's been going on for a long time. We are the longest running live program on the internet. It's called Anything Goes, and believe me, it does. Now, I have only one rule, and that is that if you get your nose bent out of shape, I'll say, don't take it personally. Everything we say here, and we have had some explosive communications and conversations. We have had some extremely funny ones. We've had services for people who've died, passed on our membership. We do everything here with the space. We have come to be friends and more than friends to each other all over the world, and the world doesn't intimidate us, and it should intimidate you. And we're going to make each and every one of you a $20,000 offer for joining us. That includes everybody who's in this, what I call the studio audience, like John Walters. He's been here before, but he hasn't joined us yet. So today he's going to join us, or he's going to flee back and postpone success. I don't understand it. I think there it is. If you post anything on the screen, we will answer you. You may not like what we say. That's what I say. Don't get your nose bent out of shape because we say something that you don't like. It's very likely to happen. We have been around on the internet now for over 21 years. We're coming up to our birthday. It's going to be in August. I think the official birthday is August 10th, one of those days. At the time, Johan, it seemed very unlikely. We didn't know. Who knew that when we signed up for this thing, we created this thing with George Koch and the lead, that we were going to be 21 years later, we'd be trying to figure out what day that we started this thing. When we really don't know. We know it was the beginning of August, but that's about it. Again, just before we begin, my partners are George Koch, who is known to millions of people and is helping them every day. He's the kind of guy that, without him, nothing. I mean, he's got the whole world in his hand, and he knows how to digitize it and make it into things. I had to cost to send him a ticket yesterday. And every time I send him a support ticket, which I have to do, I have to follow the regulations, everyone knows. I always feel like, how did this happen? How did I, who knows so little about technology, get in touch with him who knows so little much? It's extraordinary. My father calls it the fairy tale. And we cannot forget our beloved President Sandy Hunter. She is the longest serving female president of any internet company on earth. And we were the company that removed the glass ceiling before long ago. We don't have any ceiling at all now. Want to say something to any of these clients? Because we're going to come back, because we've got all the YouTube people to address, and that's going to be after this program.
Yeah.
So you're ready for me to go, right? Ready?
I just wanted to say that, yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
I don't want to take away your words. Say your words. You probably know
I just wanted to tell all the people who are looking in that I'm a member for Worldprofit for 2 years, 3 months by now, and I haven't regretted it for 1 second.
Well, we'll see what we can do about that. But that's just too perfect for you. I was out. I've been going out lately. In case some of you don't know, and it was all because of all of you complaining at me. You never go anywhere anymore. I felt like I married I felt like you were my wife, collective wife. So I went out to the East Coast Grill, which is a very nice place in Cambridge. And the waiter was so bloody cheerful. You know, I told him, tone it down, boy. I said, you got the 90 megawatts smile. I turn it down to like a 10 megawatts smile. I'm the boy. All right, I am going to read you this article now, and Johan's going to play the music. I wrote this article June 19, 2011, and unlike many writers who write about their families, I really write about my family. My father once said to me upon reading an article, he said, do you have to tell some of these things that you tell? I said, what do you think? I said, is it going to be a piece of integrity if you don't say the truth? Sure, I could write the same kind of sugar-coated article everybody else writes, but they have all those kids at Hallmark turning out all those cards. I love you, Daddy. And I'm going to say this carte blanche, any man who was a reduction in the Vietnam War time has the kind of stories that I tell. It wasn't nice. It was awful. And anyone who tells you that Vietnam was a piece of cake doesn't know anything about the subject. Men argue with their fathers. Women argue with their mothers. It doesn't mean you get along with the other parent either. It just means that you argue with them less than the primary parent. Okay, so here we go. To get into the mood of this special Father's Day article, go to an institution and find Cats in the Cradle, sung by Harry Chapin in 1974. Its refrain is haunting. By God, it is haunting. And every boy turned father understands the bite in the words, often painfully so. A child arrived just the other day, February 16th, 1937. It was my birthday, but as I couldn't possibly have known, it was the end of their honeymoon. And that special tea for two idyll that comes only once. My parents married February 16th, 1946. I teased them for years about the importance of that last day. Like all babies, I expected, demanded, and maneuvered to be the center of their lives. It's what babies do. I can imagine how it was going on in the weeks prior to that mad dash to the hospital that transformed my beautiful young mother from a wife with the consistency of one into a multitasking mother. I was firstborn child, first son, first grandson on both sides. Every one of these designations pushed omniscient women forward and my father back. The process you see in those post-World War was not made for fathers, no matter how caring. Upon arrival, I monopolized my mother. I've told you it's what babies do, and even when I was masterful, and even then, I was masterful at my craft. There must have been times, though no one to this day has ever said so, when he missed the bright, laughing-eyed girl he married. She was the essence of the fun, on-date 40s girl who had the gift of joy with lots to spare. She gave me a clue years later, telling me she didn't like children. Didn't mean to have any, and thought they looked like frogs. Queen Victoria thought too. But she quickly added and always emphasized that all that changed when the nurse handed me over for my first visit. Textbook perfect infantile innocence. I'd come into the world in the usual way, and I was determined to keep the full and undivided attention of the woman who didn't yet know how her own instincts would conduce to my constant benefit. Literally born yesterday. I didn't need Dr. Spock to tell me that. Into this new, unsteady situation, my father had to move, and move delicately. For now, words like, shh, he's sleeping, meant sacrifice, limitations, and even loneliness. It was a siege from the human from the distant memory. He learned to walk while I was away. Like most children, I don't know what I actually learned from pictures and family stories, been taught to remember. But there is hardly a memory either way that is not more her than him. He worked hard long hours, lucky to have a job in a recession that complicated her unqualified work ethic. She was the center of my universe, and like shaping, my first steps were probably taken while he was being a good provider. But there is a story that sums up the situation. One hot, humid Illinois summer day, either in Iowa, when I was about 3, my mother and I screamed for ice cream. But there was not $1 to be had, except for $1 bill my father had circulated amongst his Navy buddies, to be autographed by each. Such a token was not to be surrendered lightly, but it was surrendered nonetheless. For the delicacy of an instant and later poignant regrets. He must have loved us very much to do such a thing, and it says volumes about the man. My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, "Thanks for the ball, Dad. Come on, let's play." In the suburbs of Chicago, the early Eisenhower years, you needed to be good at handling the balls of several sports, or so bright that you could afford to ignore sports because you were destined for greater things. My brother filled the first category. I filled the second. I knew my brother was easier to handle. He fit in, particularly the year we made the state Little League team. And we all trooped down to Freeport to watch him, resplendent in a uniform that said "Moose." This was a lifetime certification that he was a boy's boy. I was different. Always with my nose in a book. The one who, when asked at age 10 what he wanted to be when he grew up, without dropping a beat, said, "Harvard graduate, millionaire, writer of many books." It wasn't what prairie parents were used to hearing. What's more, it all came true in due course. Another celebrated incident took place about this time. My parents and I went to some local swimming pool for a day, the kind of innocent amusements I couldn't wait to escape from. At the end of the day, it was, I think, my mother who said the inevitable lie about footwear and desks. Cute couple, great relationship, sort of thing. What did I think? Without missing a beat, I said I thought they had problems and Sea Life foretold Splitsville. Of course, I was told I was wrong. But just 1 week later, they separated me. My stock soared, and my father pressed me less to fire a gun, build superb backyard igloos, throw a ball. You did the picture. He had to wonder about this creature, sui generis, and what his role as father might mean or entail. I was a child, although if I say so myself, I'd interested him. He must have seen I was moving beyond his fear into uncharted waters. I could hardly wait until it happened, and my joy at crossing another day off the calendar, the sooner to commence my great journey, must have been palpable, even affronting. I did not want what his life epitomized, and I was too green, unknowing how to say this without insult and uncaring about the effect. There were in those years more coexistence than empathy. Not least because he tried hard to get me to understand and adopt verities he saw as fundamental and essential, about which I had quite different ideas. I severely embarrassed him the day I refused to answer the pastor's call for communion, being unable to subscribe to the tenets. I have never taken the communion since then. There was, too, his desire that I should understand of the farmer's life practiced by all my cousins, and should as part learn how to harvest oats and drive a tractor. The first scratch, the second board. Neither oats nor tractor have played any role in my development. Well, he came from college just the other day. My launching pad to the vision I had long been shaping for my life came from a college acceptance and thereafter 2 long communications, whereas rushed and superficial heritage-shaping silliness. I've lost since retiring my son moved away. And so it might have stayed, both of us stubborn, obstinate, headstrong, proud men, unyielding. But you see, the love that caused the prize war memento to be sacrificed had always been present, waiting for auspicious times. He told me the other day, cast down now and again by the troubled afflictions of the way we age now, he is free to go whenever the good Lord wants him. And neither he nor I fear that. But we have at last. But we have at last found each other, and gladly so. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, grown up just like me. My boy was just, wow. It has a bite.
Yeah, it certainly has. Yeah, it makes me feel emotional.
Human relationships are so damn complicated that, I mean, for example, were you involved in the Nissan bounds? I mean, they seem to be part of the American tradition, especially during the Vietnam War. Absolutely. There was a minute, and I won't know the exact minute when it was there. In 1968, my father's whole universe collapsed, or at least was engaged in, shall we say, rear guard. My universe was in complete chaos, engulfed in war. And this all happened. How many of you were around in 1968 and remember the demonstrations and the strikes and the hatred and the arguments and the bloodshed, the endless pictures of people being blown up? I find it, and I've tried, I've written about 10 articles maybe that are about the play up to Vietnam. I can't go any further. There's a point that I can get to as a writer, as a human being. I can't go beyond it right now. Now, one of these days, I will. Well, first, let's turn this into a positive. For those of you who are wondering what's going on here, we are not having a therapeutic moment. This is not a catharsis. This is a program. And for those of you who wonder what we're doing about this on the Internet Moneymaking side, we followed Bill Gates' succinct proposition that content is king. But somebody's got to write the content. And people don't like writing content. And I've got news for you. You can't write content like this in a couple go to writing school in a couple of weeks. It doesn't happen. So what I want the people to know who are tuning in on is, these are the kinds of articles that we give you, and we give you the gizmos that George Carson has invented to enable you to use them. That's key. So you're dealing with my material. I give you the right to use it. Both the books and the articles. And tell the people how easy it is.
Very easy. Actually, I post a bit of freeness as well, so all the people can read it. So people we've got this here at Worldprofit. We upgrade members. We've got this amazing article directory, and that contains almost recent articles by now. You can find open source articles in there. You can find great articles by George Koch, our technical officer and structure, also by Sandy Hunter, our president, and also by Dr. Jeffrey Lant, who's you can screen with me, and he's written well over 1,000 original high-quality content articles, and you can use those on your blogs, on your websites, about anywhere. And yeah,
it's a treasure trove of useful information. And one of the things that will happen to the internet, and I think it's happening at Worldprofit first because I'm older, is that this endless barrage of silliness will always be there because the internet always has that cute component. But it will no longer define everything that we do. It has to be cute and social. I mean, serious writing will be done on the internet. I'd like to think that I'm part of that. If that's the case, then this content is incredibly valuable to John Jones. John Jones, is that your real name? And Linda Van Rensselaer. And it will also help we contact people and invite them to be part of our community. I don't want people who only want to send out cheap, stupid stuff. I mean, all snobbish aside, that is not who we are. We're here to engage in discussion of the importance about your lifestyle, your prosperity, your money, your finances, your savings, your insurance, your taxes. All of these are subjects that cross our desk here, and that we all write. This is a place of scribblers, and the word scribblers came from the Countess of Longford, Lady Longford, Elizabeth Longford, who helped me so much in my first book. She's a very famous writer, now alas deceased. But she, when I came to visit her in Chelsea in London, she said, "So you want to be a scribbler like the rest of us?" And I said that I did. So I've taken it that sort of wearing that red badge of courage. But we are here to help the serious people. And the older that you are, and our oldest confrere, John Cofield, died the other day at 99. He was 99 years old and active right up to the extremely last minute. That's the kind of people we're looking for. We're looking for people who, yes, we're looking for people who have contributions to be made and are willing to make them. And they enjoy the camaraderie of this place. And so, John Jones and Linda Rensselaer, first of all, we want you to say hello to us. Because if you don't, that's a bad sign. And this craziness about people not saying hello, that'll go. Ultimately, there'll be a revolution on that point and say, if you can't say hi and be nice, then stay home. See what you might do. If you can't say something nice about someone, don't say anything at all. Well, Susan and Linda and John, you need to interact. You need to get a social dimension. I think one of the unusual things that's going to be solved by us is the fact that right now the internet is a very stiff. It's a place where there's a lot of lying going on, a tremendous amount of lying. People are stiff with each other. They're scared of each other. It proves to me that how much more we have work to do to create an environment where people anywhere in the world feel at home. That is not part of the internet right now. Your thoughts, Monsieur Johan?
Yes, exactly. I see that so many people. Well, first of all, I must admit that it is a bit frightening when all of a sudden when you come in here for the first time and someone calls your name, and yeah, it is a bit of a shock. It was a shock for me. I do remember that it took me about at least 4 times to come back to actually believe that this was really true. But anyway, here we are live, and I think to John and Linda there, chat bar there. I know you want, and I want to say, we want John and Linda to communicate with us now and join us. We're going to give you the ways of doing it. And I am firmly in the conviction, and I defy, if there's anyone out there in the world who disagrees with this position, I debate you right here on this screen immediately, even with natural poisoning, I do it. And here's the thing. I defy Linda Van Rensselaer to find us an enterprise that is where we are, doing the same kind of stuff we are, even half as well as we do, because they're not going to find one as good or better. Linda, here are your options. Continue to be unfriendly to us, and therefore never manage to get a connection that would benefit you. 2, join us and develop that connection that we are able to plant with you and develop with you. Or number 3, do it yourself, which means not being able to do it at all. Johan, these people don't understand that they have options. Really, because who wants to do it by themselves? No, I don't. Yeah.
I would think I
No
wouldn't
one.
be on the internet. If I had to do the internet by myself, I wouldn't be on the internet at all.
Before I came across Worldprofit, I did try that. Well, it just didn't work. I mean, I buy something from a product of ClickBank, but okay, then you've got this product, you've got almost no instructions, no support, nothing, no explanation, and here, well, thanks to our live bootcamp training lessons, well, first of all, to our 94, 95 bootcamp training lessons that we've got available for you, and they will beginners level to a really advanced level regarding engineering. Also, thanks to the live bootcamp training every Friday, and that made me see things so much clearer. And by now I can promote about anything I want on the internet.
Well, that's it. I want to say a few things that need to be said, particularly in light of Father's Day. So you can translate what I'm saying comments about your father. The first thing is, the same partners that established this company over 20 years ago are still together. I mean, marriages, think of how many marriages of people you know have been together 20 years. It ain't common, folks. To be on the internet with all the travail that came with this growth. This was a birth that was, I'm not going to say it was difficult exactly, but it certainly wasn't easy. What I mean by that is, there were so many companies that were set up 20 years ago. I mean, the place was crawling with models, schematic models of different ways of doing business on the net. Virtually all of those businesses, almost to 100%, went bankrupt. They couldn't make it pay off. They'd give it. They knew how to give away things. There were companies that gave away everything. You know, we would go and ask the owners of the supermarket, "Excuse me, where's the profit?" "Oh, it's out there. It'll come." "Well, excuse me. Where is it?" I mean, how long do you have to wait? There are these people that were caricatures of a techie who just, I mean, if they had a kitchen table, they'd give it away. And I never understood that. We understood from the very beginning that you have to run it like a business. And there were people who didn't like that, because you were supposed to give everything away. I mean, we literally told this on innumerable occasions. I never. And then there were people like me on the other side saying, "Hey, why are we giving away anything at all, except our business cards? Why?" And then you say, "Okay, we're going to give away." What? Stop. I mean, so we had to give the liberals over here giving away everything. And I was on the other side of the fence with, how about using it the old-fashioned Yankee way? Sell the damn thing, make profit. It's okay. It's not against the Constitution. So we had this funny disconnection that went on for a while. But we finally resolved how to work that out. Another thing is that by being together as a community, people finally would hear about us. And they would come to us like people went to Camelot. "Can we come in and see Camelot?" "No." "Why not?" "Because you're not a member. You want to be a member of Camelot? Here, right here, in the costume." And that was good, because we realized that people who had made no investment, as we see here every day, would do no work. And therefore, the whole thing would be a travesty. You want to speak to this? And by the way, we want to bring in Clayton Henderson to our discussion. And, of course, Linda Van Rensselaer, who is not being friendly to us. And by the way, folks, that comment just went round the world.
Well, Linda, first of all, Linda and Clayton, looks like you haven't watched our video yet. If you have done that already, please indicate so in the chat bar. And I just put some information on the screen for you. And yeah,
Go on.
I think it's amazing that a company like Worldprofit. I haven't seen one single company online that's been existing so long as Worldprofit.
You know, this always puzzles me a bit. Why? And then we're going to make the offer, because we want everyone to walk away with a $20,000 offer in their pocket. It always astonishes me that, given the amount of so-called surfing that goes on the net, which is just really mean, so my way of thinking is wasteful loitering. I'm not the good Puritan for nothing. I mean, I've got Puritan. I got it in me, folks. There it is. Love it or leave it. The Puritanism is in the Puritan, you don't loiter. Loitering is the devil's handmaid. My father used to tell me this all the time. Don't loiter. Now,
So whenever I
we'll probably
read the whenever I read or when I present our $20,000 bonus offer to one of the associates who are coming in, and they don't take it, well, I just have to get up and bang my head against the wall because I just
you should bang their head against the wall. Your head's on fine. Their head is there.
That's a bit impossible to do.
When you consider that when we started Worldprofit, we had no offers. Nobody offered me anything. They didn't even give me a bowl of soup to go ahead with this. And I was offered what Winston Churchill offered during the Blitz and blood, toil, tears, and sweat. And it was completely unattractive, and it was completely believable. And on the basis not of dreams, there wasn't any of this, let's spin some dreams talk. It was George and Sandy are Canadians, first of all, and they talk in a more electronic way than people in the United States, which was an interesting problem in its own right, because Canadians are more, what do I say, inward-looking, they're quieter. It doesn't mean that they're not thinking what I'm saying, but they're just not saying it. And there's a kind of I don't want us to suspicion of it. There's definitely something. And no wonder we invaded their country 3 times to take it over. No wonder they have some suspicions. Hey, we took a vote in the United States right now about whether we should get Canada. 60% would say, what do you mean get it? We already own them. No, you get this kind of feeling. And the Canadians resent that. I don't blame them. But the truth of the matter is that when people come in here, that when they say they're not taking the $20,000 offer, I'm here in Florida. Well, what in the friggin' thing are you going to do in place of this? And no one, absolutely no one, has ever said, this is what I found. It's going to do the same thing you're going to do. And they turn down the most select and detailed and exhaustive offer for nothing, to get nothing, to end up with nothing. And they think they're in business. And I say that they're crazy. And then they say, you're arrogant. I'm not arrogant. I'm looking at the problem, and the problem is telling me that it's a duck, and I'm seeing a giraffe. I don't have a problem. You folks who contribute don't have a problem. Now, say a comment, and I know I've opened it up the coach door for you on that one, and then I want you to read the offer here for folks.
Yeah, of course. And by the way, I also want to add that that Worldprofit is not the kind of company that promises to make you rich in a couple of months. No, Worldprofit is not like that. What we do promise is that if you take to our bootcamp training lessons, you will make a profit, quite a good profit. As a matter of fact, you will be able to tackle all the other programs out there because all the training, all the tools and everything you need.
Here's the deal. First of all, if the person made 5 cents a month, whereas the month before on their own they made 0, that would be profitable. And what bothers me is that they don't have any conception for the idea of growing a business. Now, I come from a farm environment where the land had to produce, and they had to put a lot of stuff in the ground, and all their tractors and all their gizmos before a single shoot goes out. They didn't say, "Oh my God, I gotta pay the mortgage Thursday, and I've got to use those oats." No, they had to wait till the oats were grown, or at least pretty near, and then they could be wiped out by a rainstorm or a hailstorm, which is proliferates in the Midwest. So I come from a family that says, do the work, get the money. Not do the work, and that's not coming fast enough, and then do nothing. And I also believe this. It's better to grow your business by $1 a month. Because if you do that enough times, it doesn't take too long till the money gets serious. I seem to be one of the few people who could see the David in the marble, the famous line by Michelangelo, when he did the David. He said, somebody said, "Where did you find this boy?" And he said, I found him in the marble. I mean, he had a vision of where the whole thing was going to go. I think a lot of people that come here have they don't wise, much less no vision. And they want it today. And these people that come in and say, I gotta have the money now. Excuse me, if you do us, because obviously every other alternative you've ever tried has failed, and you expect us, who's known you for 3 seconds, to pick up the ball and save you? What kind of lunacy? Where are the teachers who are teaching this? I want to expose them as frauds. And this seems to be perfectly happy to a lot of people that they're being fed garbage. Ooh, I'm feeling much better. I think they're burning off the poison from the nacho work. Okay, I want you to read. Yes. You gotta read the offer. We're gonna have your question. Leon's gonna read this offer. It's worth over $20,000. And don't tell me this is anything goes, and I can say out here. Sounds cool. It sounds a lot close. Don't tell me that you can't come up with $100. If you're a candidate to go in business, then don't insult us or yourself. And I'm sorry if that sounds strong, then so be it. But it's a waste for people to come in here and lie, as they do, about the fact that they have $100 when they do. That also to lie about any number of other things. Their names, not giving a complete name, giving the wrong phone number. This is childish and it's stupid and it wastes human time. All it does is discourage us from helping you. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the people in Camelot wanted to go out and sing dragons and things? No, they said get the dragons union out there to deal with the dragons union. Go out there. I don't particularly want to go out and save people who are not worth it. Are you? I mean, do you think that some of these people are beyond it? They're so rude.
Yeah, I completely,
unfriendly.
I completely agree. Yeah, we'd almost say that
we've been calling Linda Van Rensselaer for an hour. She hasn't said a word.
Let's see if our $20,000 bonus offer appeals to her.
Listen, at this point, hey, I'll trade Linda. I'll trade the 2 chocolate bars for Johan. You have this expression like you just ate the canary. Anyway, read us this offer.
Okay, so Clayton, Linda, this is for you, and also for all the guests who are looking at this door is great. Now, Clayton and Linda, the offer comes in several parts. I'm just going to put those on the screen for you. I'm going to read it to you, and you can just listen along with me, okay?
Put that up on the screen. There you go.
Okay. So this is for Clayton, Linda, and for all the other people who are looking at. So if you have finished our introductory video, that's great. And you already know the awesome offer we've got for you. If you order in the next 15 minutes, you'll get a $6,500 bonus offer made in the video and $400 amount of cutting-edge success materials, all with resale rights. And you get all the materials we have here before. So this is worth thousands of dollars. You get total success training in home business boot camp. Also 75 monitors will start closing sales for you today without ever charging you anything. You also get $800 crucial business and well-building software, all with resale rights. And you also get Worldprofit's unique ClickBank promo kit, enabling you to make at least $1,000 a month without spending a penny. You get our incredible Magic List Builder, and that turns any website into a list building page instantly. And if you accept this offer in the next couple of minutes, you're going to get 10 associate members in your downline. By the way, we're going to raise that to 50 associate members in your downline who will start generating commissions for you immediately. And those associate members, that's people just like you, Clayton, and you, Linda, coming in here as a free associate. So we'll place those people in your downline, okay? Place your order within 5 minutes, and you'll also get 50,000 additional money-making credits, including 10,000 additional guaranteed visitors to the website of your choice from Traffic Center, and 20,000 credits from our popular Safelist Extreme Megalist system. You also get absolutely free our newest traffic generating marvel, the automatic SEO promo bot kit, and that's $450 retail. This helps you to get guaranteed #1 positions on Google, Yahoo, Bing, Alexa, all the major search engines. It also promotes well to over 3,000 backlinking sites with just a few clicks and allows you to post your message on over 70 Safelist and top traffic exchanges. Finally, we will include the SEO Power Pack of 23 software programs worth over $1,000. So inside ready, you can always click the red order now button, go for option 1 monthly option. Still more if you get your silver package now, because you'll also get over 1,000 original articles for your blog by master writer and marketer Dr. Jeffrey Lant. You can see the collection at jeffreylantarticles.com, and active dealers like me, for instance, use these articles to generate thousands of responses in just 15 minutes or so every single day. You also get brand new software by master inventor George Gosh, which enables you to create hundreds of ebooks in just about 3 minutes per ebook. Now people, this spectacular offer is made once and once only, so act now. Order in the next 15 minutes and add this to your bonus package. Create, customize and produce video articles almost as fast as you can read a sentence. And then also very new, if your order is in within the next 7 minutes, we will include the easy-to-use software you need to give away unlimited free advertising to all of your customers, whatever you're selling. And this is Tech Wizard George Gosh's latest invention, and you will use it daily to get your customers to act, to respond, and of course to buy. And this piece of software alone, that's a $2,000 retail value, and it's yours free now if your order is in within the next. Also, people, if you look at the top of the page, you'll see those 700,000 submissions with the SEO Optimizer Pro. So that's also part of the package. So get instant access to that. And then there are still more, as you can see. As you probably already know, video marketing is the hottest thing on the net these days. You should know this because if you've been to YouTube lately, because now you can stay home and profit if you know how to do it. Now, international known marketer Dr. Jeffrey Lant, also Worldprofit CEO and co-founder, will show you how to use video marketing to sell anything. Just order in the next 7 minutes and you'll get his incredible video marketing course free. This is a $10,000 value. That's what any university would charge for a 2-day workshop, because this is an ongoing training. This is a weekly training. The course is unique and it's Worldprofit exclusive. You can get it now by placing your order. So as a bonus, we throw in Dr. Lant's newest, his 19th ebook, Net Profits, available at Amazon for $29.95, and you can use that to generate thousands of leads with just one click. Go. So do you have anything to add, Dr. Lant?
Well, there's something to add. Youth, charm, bon vivant. What do I have? Well, here's the deal. This offer's good for the next 15 minutes. Not a moment too longer than that. Until anything goes, wraps up for today, then this offer is not going to go to Clayton or Linda or Mert. Mert, say hello to us.
Mert, I was just presenting our $20,000 bonus offer.
Now, I want to know, and I'm going to be very pushy on this one. I want to know from Clinton and Linda, what are you there? Can you? I know there's some secret for code here. Are you actually there? Yes or no? And if they don't respond, I'm going to kick them out. We're going to get 1 minute, and all they have to say is yes. One letter. Why? Are you here? Are you alive? Do you exist? Any of the above? I want to see why or not. If I don't see it within 1 minute, out they go.
Welcome back to Maria Fisbush-Canel, Clayton and Linda. Clayton and Linda. Just type in the chat bar, just an indication that you're actually there. All we need
Well,
from you at this point.
Stein famously said, there is no there. There.
There's no there. Okay. Clayton and Linda, do you see that white chat bar? It's just above those colored buttons. Just type something in there. Then just let us know if you are listening in.
We are trying to get people to open up about why they do the most self-defeating things on the internet, things that they would never do in real life. Never. Are done commonly every day on the internet. For example, do you think people, if they called your office, your offline office, still book an appointment, you probably call them back to book an appointment, wouldn't you? Not here. You call people both ways, and nothing happens.
Yeah, of course.
So,
if you don't respond, Clayton, there's nothing we can do for you. Well, also the thing, we also don't actually need you, Clayton and Linda. You need us, and that's the truth.
Yeah, that is the truth, and it's such a true thing. It sounds terrible when you say that, but it's the truth. And if we're met on any basic level, if Clayton would say, look, I came to you, you guys have been suffering for 7 years, what can you do for me? I've got $50. I would solve that problem in 3 minutes. But 90% of the time is wasted talking to people who don't talk, who like to observe you. I'm observing you, Johan. I'm scrutinizing you. Well, get out of here. I don't want to be scrutinized. Or at least if I want to be scrutinized, it's when you're by a king or a president or something important. I don't want to be scrutinized by some bozo who can't figure out who was scared by giving his name. I'm scared. I want to say something. I've been on the internet now for 21 years. My name is splashed all over the damn place, as far as I can tell. My phone number hasn't changed in 21 years. And I have had over the 21 years 2 or 3 incidents that I wasn't happy about, like the death threat that I got after I took the first death threat I got. I don't know if you love me. It was when I was on Nessun, one of the table news, and I said that this was when Betty Windsor, the Queen of England, canceled their Christmas party for lack of funds. I said that I'd be willing to contribute a tray full of tuna-fish sandwiches with the crust cut off, and that I would pay my personal money to send them to Windsor just enough time for their Christmas party. Somebody construed that as an attack on the Windsors and called me, "We're going to kill you." I said, "You're killing me right now." The bottom line is, you're fine. You're serious. You're going to kill someone who doesn't send any tuna-fish sandwiches to Windsor Castle. This is a sick puppy. This is a very sick person. But at least they're your Christmas parties, which is good. All right, Johan, it's time to do some shout-outs here. Who do you want to shout out to today?
First of all, I'd like to shout out to Clayton and to Linda, of course. But what do you mean by shouting out, Dr. Lant?
Okay, I'll help you. First of all, I want you to know that I don't like the idea of Mother's Day over here, Father's Day over here. I like the idea of Parents' Day. And so,
yeah,
I'm going to shout out.
That would be a nice.
It would be a nice touch, wouldn't it? You heard it here first, folks. In terms of who I'd like to shout out to, I want to shout out to people who are at home right now. For any reason, you take care of someone, you're feeling ill, you're young in the mix, you have older parents in the mix, it doesn't matter to me. It matters a great deal to you. I want to shout out to you and to say, look, I very often get messages here from people who tell me that they can't buy a social package because they're tending to mother. I have news for you. She sleeps, takes naps, she watches television. You've got to factor that in. But don't use them as an excuse for lack of initiative. So I'm shouting out to those of you who are in a situation where you are the one, the designated healthcare provider, the designated caregiver or whatever. Don't let your income slip away because you think you don't have time to do this business. You can easily do this in a couple hours a day, if and only if you follow the directions. If you don't follow the directions, it's going to take you a long, long time, and you won't make any money. So that's my shout out. My shout out is to particularly all those people out there, wherever you are in the world, who are valiantly trying to raise a child, raise a parent, and everything else you have to do. You can still find time to do this. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm shouting out to members of the Belgian Freedom Parties. For all of those of you who want Belgium to be crunched a little and torn to parts, we are not calling you. We're calling you all good Belgian patriots who love the country, even though it is a wacky country. In a weird way, it's kind of like the United States, in the sense that France has Frenchmen, Italy has Italians, Belgium doesn't really have Belgians, and we don't really have Americans. We're a melting pot, just the way Belgium is. But you never heard that theory before.
We've got Flemish people, we've got people...
And you're going to have a lot of Ukrainians too, pretty soon.
We even got German-speaking people over here.
Well, I just want to say that in terms of I appeal to people all over the world who are engaged in politics. Come in here. Let's get people prosperous for some income. Let's get them some good food, whatever. And then you can wreck your country if that's your dessert. Then go for it. I like to think that Worldprofit has a broader view of this because it is said and written about knowledge that up to 50 countries will cease to exist in the next 50 years. Up to 50 countries will simply cease. They may exist on a map. They may exist in a legal document, but they don't exist. What do you think about that? And they're going to need money for the food, for the hospitals, for the clothes, whatever.
Well, I certainly exist here, and that's what matters. And once you become a member of Worldprofit, you will also start existing on the internet. That's one of the major, only one of the reasons actually for joining.
Here's the second reason is Patrice Porter, and I'm throwing Johan into the drink for the moment. I've got to bring up Patrice. Let Johan too long here about his defense of freedom. It wasn't Johan valiant today. Let's give Johan a round of cyber applause, and maybe he'll share his chocolate bars with us. By the way, keep your heart out, folks. He sent me one last Christmas. He did. Okay, Johan, please go down with Patrice for some final words, and if there's any time at the end, we'll have him come up for a quick quickie at the end. And we have Patrice Porter joining us from Big River, Saskatchewan.
And Tanya, thanks for your comments there.
I want to thank Patrice Porter. I want to thank Johan Williamson over there in Belgium.
Yeah, he does a wonderful job up here. It was great having on the Anything Goes program, Johan, and it was a lovely program today, and honoring your father and helping us so that we can honor ours too. And it was a great program, and I'm happy to be able to share this, and it'll be on the YouTube channel Patrice Porter, and I'll be getting that article out again in the ebooks, and looking forward to the video marketing course today, the live course. And if anybody would like to check out my Home Business Central, go to www.20waystoprofit.com, and I've created a business helping people create abundance by gardening, and you can go there at www.gardeningforfoodsecurity.com. And again, the replays are on the YouTube channel Patrice Porter, and with that I will see you in the video marketing course, 2 p.m. Eastern, and tomorrow for the Anything Goes, 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.
I want to thank our White Rabbit for her constant help and availability. I want to say, just to end this program, we do segue on Saturdays. We start at 1 p.m. Eastern Time at www.worldprofit.com in our live business center. But on Saturdays, our schedule is a little bit different. We start again at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with anything that we just had, and then we segue immediately into our video marketing course, which is proving to be extremely useful. Today we've got all sorts of goodies in the video marketing course. keep more ideas. The more of this I do, the more I'm convinced we should be doing. So Johan will be undoubtedly coming to our program. I want to thank everybody for listening today. I want to thank Johan over in Belgium. I want to thank Porter. I want to thank me. Getting through this with
yeah, of course. We do want to thank you, Dr. Lant.
I'm going to go over to do the program today. We're 2 o'clock Eastern every Saturday is the Video Market Class. I'm going to tell you something, folks, in all honesty. If you're not in the class, you're slashing your income by dramatic. I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to know video. Video is such an incisive form of marketing. It's so lucrative. It drives me crazy when people come in and say, I don't want to know, I don't want to be on the camera. Oh, well, excuse me, where do you think the money is? That is. So please come to the video. So long as you're a Worldprofit Silver Package owner, you're welcome to come to the program, which will begin in about 3 minutes over in the live meeting center. And I'm going to go over there right now. Do you have anything last thing to say?
Yeah, I'll be here for the next hour. I'm sorry not to. I can't attend.
Well,
I'm taking care of things here.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places. And that will include the live meeting room, and that's where I'm going to go right this minute.